This is Philip doing tutorial number 19. So here, first for the circuit, we have this this red wire here, which is getting 3.3 volts, and this black wire here, which is getting the negative or the ground. Then this ground here also goes to the first pin of the LCD display, and this black wire here goes right here for this pin of the LCD display. Then this red wire, which is getting the 3.3 volts, goes to the second pin, and also this wire here is going to 3.3 volts, and this wire here is going to the ground. And then the sensor wire for the pot is going to the third pin. These four wires here are just the sensor pins, which are going here, and then these two are number 12 and 11. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then here's the code. So the code, first you include the liquid crystal library. Then this is this sets all the pins, so 12 and 11, which were these orange two, and then 5, 4, 3, and 2, which were the other four. So here you first begin, so you begin row 16 through 2. Row 16 and then both columns. Then you clear the board. Then here you print out Hello World. Then here, then you set it to print on the second column, and then this just divides milliseconds by 1,000 to get seconds, and it prints it on the board. And yeah, that's it. Working. So you can see that the milliseconds are going up, and if I rotate it, it goes dark, and if I spin it again, you can see it show up. It's very faint though. The complex. So first, what we have is a piezo, which is on pin 13, and the sensor pin, which is the potentiometer, and the piezo value. Then down here we have the piezo set as an output, and it's a serial print begin to start the serial prints. Then it's just the same here, the begin. And then down here we have the integer sensor value equals the analog read, which is in A0, so it's plugged into A0, and then it prints out the sensor value. And then the tone for the piezo is 13 because it's in pin 13, and then the sensor value, which is this. Then down here we have it printing out in 0, 1 engineering, and then in 0, 0 it prints out electrical 3404, and then it has a delay for 5 seconds. Then down here, these are two, this is a nested for loop, because so for j equals 0 and j has to be less than or equal to 1, j plus plus. This is because there's two lines, 0 and 1, so it will go in here for 0, and then its for loop integer I equals 0, I is less than or equal to 16, I plus plus, and then it will, it's I, 0 plus I, and then 0 plus j, and then it will, whatever values in these, it will just replace with a blank space. So we'll delete them one after another, and then when it's done with all 16 on the top, it will switch to number 2 and then do 16 again. And then it's a delay 100 milliseconds, and then it just restarts. So here we have a piezo with a switch, and then here's ground. So, and then the pin is on 20 is on 30. So if you flip the switch here, it turns the piezo on, and if you flip it the other way, it turns it off. Then this potentiometer just has a wire here going to A0 over there, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh right, and here's a switch, which is just turns off all the ground, so we'll turn off both if both of these switches are closed. So that's just going to ground over here, and then this one is going to the negative right there. And now here is it running. So here you can see, once it resets, it prints out electrical engineering, waits 5 seconds, and then just deletes it all, and it starts again. And now if I turn the piezo on and I rotate it slightly, there's a tremendous amount of lag because it has to wait for the for loop. And now if I rotate it again, you have to wait a little bit. Here we go. And if I rotate it again, there we go. This is because it has to wait for all the code to run. So it has to wait to delete all of this. It has to wait for all these for loops to run, and then it will change the tone. And these are the printouts here. So if I turn this on, here we go. You can see it's that. And now if I rotate the potentiometer, it will change value. And then if I rotate it again, and the value changes. And yep, that's pretty much it.